The hot seat.
They're cool up here. Keep it nice and cool. Oh, yeah, sorry, you came in last night.
Yeah, glass table. Good.
Yeah, it's brutal. We're gonna have to rebrand the table. When you're broadening the platform, and you spoke to this a little bit, your conception of what you think the brand should be, and then there's what you think the consumer expects of the brand. What was your chief concern when making these decisions? Were you worried that the consumer would lose track of who you are, or that the company might not be what you wanted it to be?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. And, you know, what you want to be is sometimes different than what the consumer wants as a product. And I think we learned that lesson. It took us a long time to learn the lesson, but I think we learned that launching Cajá juice and launching those Brazilian superfruits. We didn't do enough consumer testing. We knew that it fit within the brand and fit under the brand umbrella nicely and was clean. But I think at the end of the day, it really winds up being about the consumer and solving a need and having a product that is in demand.
So you were coming from something that requires a certain amount of consumer education, and you went to something that required a lot more and turned out to be a narrower play. At what point did you think, we really can play broader? We can go into this hot new category and be competitive. And also, when you were doing that, what had you learned from your experience evolving the acai brand that allowed you to make coconut work so quickly?
So I think the key for us is we had already significant distribution on our acai. So we had relationships. We knew how to run programs and set up displays and do promotions. And so it was pretty easy to take the coconut water back to those same people and get that distribution. So I think some of those past learnings helped a lot from an execution standpoint. From a branding standpoint, we spent a lot of time really talking about how to change the brand from Brazilian superfruits as a tagline to this fruits of the world concept. And as you saw from the presentation, we've tinkered quite a bit and have changed things quite a bit. So I think when we finally got to this fruits of the world positioning and we look back at some of the videos we've done and how we approach supply chain, those things just gelled really well for us. And so I think the third thing was the packaging. We had switched the structure of our packaging to where we could drop other fruits into it, where we had brand, the product, the benefits, and appetite appeal, and that's something that we can expand on. So those three things made it possible for us to expand pretty easily.
What's been exciting about, because we've watched Zola evolve, and what's been exciting about watching Zola evolve is the ability to sort of let go of things that have dragged on the brand. And we've always been impressed by your ability to try things, move away from things that aren't working, and then come back stronger and stronger. While we're interested in it from an observational standpoint, how do you maintain buy-in from the other stakeholders, from the retailers, the distributors, the investors, the board, while you're going through that learning process?
So we've had I look at our company as in stages. So we had our first stage where, as I showed you, the partners left.
The tiger stage.
What's that?
The jaguar stage.
Yes, it was Samba stage, the jaguar stage, the craziness stage. And I think, and I was president of the company for a while. We had two different CEOs that were in the company, Pat Muldoon and Felix Mays. And so I was really able to learn from both of them. They had a lot of great skill sets. I looked at both of those guys as mentors. So I was able to take an entrepreneurial passion for the business and learn a lot. And so in 2010, I actually went back to the board. Felix, our CEO, left. And I went back to the board and said, I want to be CEO. I've learned enough. I can take this role. I can do this. And I started bringing in a new team. And it really was that from 2010 on where communication with the board got better. And again, the board is made up of our investors, so it's really one and the same. Communication got better, relationship got better. We started hitting some of our goals. We set good expectations. And that worked. And I think in this last phase, which has really been 3.5 years, I think we went from being on the edge of not having trust from our board, not having trust from our investors. We'd missed a lot of goals, missed a lot of hurdles. They continued to pour money in because I think they liked the brand. They saw the potential. I think as we started hitting those metrics and doing things right, purse strings remained open and we started growing. So in the past 3 years, things have been great at the board level and from the investor level. Very supportive.
And on the retailer level, were you able to create buy-in because you were showing them what was effectively a new product, or?
Yeah, I mean, we've had to go in there and really take the same approach. I mean, we had the scary Jaguar acai product on shelves and some fairly major retailers that did not do well for a variety of reasons. One was product quality and the other was certainly the packaging, as you saw. So some of these retailers, we've had to go back in and say, we're a different company. It's a different product line. It's a different brand. We're different people running the business. And so there has been some adjustments there, but our distribution's growing rapidly, and we've been able to overcome a lot of those hurdles. So been excited about that.
Well, and how does it feel to be profitable?
How does it feel to be what?
Profitable.
It feels great. We're in control of our destiny a lot more. I know a lot, there's that balance between brand, top-line revenue, and margin and profitability. And so at the board level, we need to hit profitability. We've done that. We've done it for several months in a row. That feels great. Check that box. And now we're shifting again, really, our strategy, which is work on that top-line revenue and work on building our brand. So we're excited.
Well, it's been an exciting thing to see happen, and it's great to see companies, entrepreneurs that can operate nimbly, can learn, evolve, and stay positive. And I want to thank you for coming.
Thank you, Jeff. Thanks.